Dandavat pranams to everyone. Do we have a new translator today? Hey, Anu Krishna Devi Dasi. Okay, very good. And of course, Hari Gopal is with us, ever faithful. And we have more devotees joining us. We have Udaran Prabhu, our ever silent host. It's good to see everyone. So today, Madhusudana Maharaj has kindly asked me to take over the Monday Zoom, no longer London Zoom, and not the Madhusudana Maharaj Zoom, but Monday Zoom. I'm happy you could all join us today. Today, I will be showing another video of Srila Govinda Maharaj. This one comes from Calcutta, our mat in Calcutta, and 1999 is the date. January 8th, 1999. And so this is a nice video because it also gives you an idea of life at our mat in India, in our mats in India during the time of Srila Govinda Maharaj, and how after every Mangalartik, everybody would go up and have the darshan of Srila Govinda Maharaj. So this was a normal daily event, always happening because there are always devotees there coming to see Srila Govinda Maharaj. And you'll recognize some faces there. There's Krishna Kanta of Italy, she's there. Asha Maharaj, our beloved Asha Maharaj, perfect Vaishnava, he is also there. And then there's Sanatani Devidasi, who's there, and a very faithful, longtime servant of Srila Govinda Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada. And you'll probably recognize some other devotees as well. So before we start, do we have anything anybody wants to discuss? Questions? It's good to see also Anuttama Devi Dasi. She was recently here in Italy. Now she is in, we don't know, maybe Budapest, maybe Ukraine.
Dandavat, Budapest.
Budapest. Okay, very good. Good to see you. I'm glad you made it safely.
It's, due to your blessings. Thank you. Dandavat to everybody.
Okay, so I'll start the video shortly. I need a little time to prepare, but during the video, if there's anybody wants to ask a question or some clarification, please, you'll have to voice your concern because we can't see you during the video. Maybe Udaran Prabhu can see you, but I can't see anybody. And Saraswati Devi Dasi has joined us as well. Okay, so I will start shortly. It's a 20-minute long video, and then we can discuss on the other side.
ছেলেটা তো আগে তো কাজ করেছে, সব মিস্ত্রিদের সঙ্গে যোগাযোগ কাজ করেছে।
হ্যাঁ করেছে, বামনপাড়া মিস্ত্রির সঙ্গে যোগাযোগের কাজ করেছে।
Daru Brahma is an artist, an architect.
Yes.
If necessary, Daru Brahma can do some seva of the body of deity. And that was necessity. Then Daru Brahma done that seva. But worshipping, not I told, the Daru Brahma will worship deity. Because when deity installed it, that time Brahma Gayatri was with them. And who got Brahma Gayatri mantra, he can worship deity. That is simple thing. And ladies have no Brahma Gayatri. Then deity not will worship by ladies. But this is agreed by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur and others, the Giriraj Govardhan, who is non-different form with Lord Krishna, also who is the greatest servitor of Lord Krishna. That Giriraj puja ladies can do. And he given that Giriraj to Sakhi Babu's wife. I have seen she is doing that puja. The ladies can do puja of Giriraj. There is, Giriraj is double form. Non-different form with Krishna and another form as the devotee. This standard. And public ashram, there are some public rules and regulations, what stated in the scriptures, that will be followed for benefit of general people. General people have some habit to see the pujari will do puja and pujari must be made. And our cause is that pujaris who have no Gayatri, Brahma Gayatri. With Brahma Gayatri they are doing puja. The ladies have no Brahma Gayatri. This is my consciousness, this way I feel. Also, other sampradaya, they are ladies getting Brahma Gayatri. All the ladies I have seen, UP side and other side, they are Brahma Gayatri spreading. A different kind of culture, different kind of standard. Not same one kind running everywhere. But Giri Maharaj is not there, that girl, Ki Sundari.
Leela Sundari, Leela Sundari.
Leela Sundari, she is worshipping Govardhan and Kunjamala. I give permission because I have seen Sakhi Babu's wife doing it and no problem. And where installed devotee, a deity installed by mantra of Brahma Gayatri. There who has got Brahma Gayatri, he can worship that deity. In general. But here, we are differentiating through this consciousness. The Archan Marga must be fulfilled by the rules and regulation. Sri Sudra Diyavandhuran Straina Sruti Gochara. This sloka mentioned. But I have seen in Haribhakti Vilas, they are also Salagram Silakan do puja. Ladies also can do puja of Salagam Sila in Hari Bhakti Vilas. But it is not standard, I have seen.
Does this means that's referring to those centers, which at present are the worship is done by the men? He's asking me.
Everywhere men are worshipping.
Yes. So then he.
In installed deity puja.
Yes. And he's saying, does this means that Srila Govinda Maharaj would prefer the worship be done by men? If so, can you say why?
I told that men are provoked. I told.
Yes. But also we have seen Maharaj say, for instance, in San Jose, ladies are worshipping the deity there. In San Jose, no?
No. Oh, there is, that deity is Mahaprabhu.
Mahaprabhu. In that case,
Mahaprabhu is so merciful, not like your Vedic Bhagavad Dikha. Bhagavati Dikha who have got, I seek and worship Mahaprabhu. All the ladies have got Bhagavati Dikha. That they can do. It is completely private matter. And ladies have the property. If they are eager to do that, they can do. And there is Giriraj and Mahaprabhu. There is no problem. Vishnupriya Pujita Vigraha, we are telling. The Vishnupriya Devi herself, she worshipped Mahaprabhu. That Mahaprabhu still here in Navadvip. And they are the servitor of Vishnupriya Devi. Ladies are servitor of Vishnupriya Devi under guidance of our divine self. They can worship Mahaprabhu. Still it is worshipping Vishnupriya. Pujita Vigraha. We are telling that Vishnupriya Pujita Vigraha, Vishnupriya Devi. Some special power with some ladies also. Sannyasa ashram not appropriate for ladies. It is written. But some have some special, maybe. It is possible. But that is not general, that is not normal. Otherwise, restricted sannyasa ashram for ladies. But some of special personality can get very rare. But they are getting. Sanskara Dipika of Gopal Bhattu Goswami given that. have right to satisfy the Lord. Actually, here is question coming, who can do and who cannot do. Then differentiating some quality and qualification. But that quality may have to anyone and may not have to everyone. It is depending upon the person. And generally, Archan Marga following the Vedic system rule. Then we are following Vedic system something. But our Archan Marga is not like Vedic style. Actually, Raghunath Das Goswami, Mahaprabhu given Gunjamala and Govardhan Sila to Raghunath Das Goswami. Brahmin only can worship the deity. That was rule in India that time. But Raghunath Das Goswami not born in Brahmin family. But Mahaprabhu, he given to Raghunath Das Goswami for worshipping the Govardhan Sila and Kunjamala. And he is every day worshipping, and style also completely different style. Mahaprabhu said every day you will give some water and some what? Tulasi. Every day, Ashta Tulasi, 8 Tulasi or something. Written there. They give this Tulasi every day, Chandan Tulasi and water. This way you satisfy the Giriraj. Giriraj Govardhan, he is seeing Lord Krishna, and Gunjamala representing Radharani. And what's name? Swarup Damodar. He told, and time to time give some khaja, some misti. But eating out of the Lochan 1 kg. That. That. At a time one. But you must give 8 pieces. Ashtokauri khaja. Ashtokauri khaja, I think so, 8 pieces. He will give. Raghunath Das Goswami, this way worshipping that Giriraj, Govardhan Sila and Kunjamala. Our worshipping style like that, we not forget this. We are trying to show something in this mundane people. We are following the Vedic principles, rules and regulations, and you also come with us. But actually, we are not slave of Vedic rules and regulations. We are slave of the devotee of Krishna. For their satisfaction, we shall do our service to them. This is our main life. Satisfaction of Lord's servitors. And Mahaprabhu himself told, in this age of Kali Yuga, here is Harinam Sankirtan is the supreme practicing process, satisfying process to Lord Krishna. They chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and without offense and try to satisfy your Lord. This is the best process in this age of Kali Yuga. Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Kevalam. Kalam Nastev, 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 Gatirannatha. This is Mahaprabhu's preaching. Very simple and very beautiful. And with the heart and the affection. If we will do that, we will be benefited, spiritually benefited. Actually, we do not want to make massacre. For that, some rules and regulations we are following. Natural jiva souls, they do not want to follow the rules and regulations. And for them, necessary to put some rules and regulations in front of them. At least you want to see how much you left for Lord Krishna, how much you how much you've given.
Yes, Vima. Offering. How much you want to offer to the Lord?
Your sacrifice.
Yeah, sacrifice.
How much you can do sacrifice for your Lord wants to see. And for that rules and regulation is here, so many. Otherwise, where is love and affection is the ingredients. There is no question. Mother not will be questionable about his son or his daughter, about his baby. Mother not will be questionable. Mother knows how to make the baby satisfied. Mother knows. And which way necessary she will do. There is not Vedic rules and regulations will be applied. Actual law going to that way. But because we have not that property, we can show many things. We can think, my Guru Maharaj is this. But how much I believe, that necessary. Krishna is this. But how much I believe necessary. If for Krishna I have everything, why? I am alive. Mahaprabhu, he said, na prema gandhasti darapi me haro, krandami sobhanto bharago prakashitu. A little bit Krishna prema I have not. But a love for Krishna, affection for Krishna, little bit I have not. Otherwise, why? Without service to Krishna, I am alive. Mahaprabhu's question to him. But what you are seeing, I have Krishna prema, etc. This is I am showing to you. I have this, I have that. Mahaprabhu told this way. Actually, it is the expression. The love of affection, their expression. This way come out from Mahaprabhu. But love and affection not will depend upon the law. Can do anything and everything. But not will do wrong. Naturally, they cannot will do wrong. Because they know if I do something wrong, that wrong result will go to my baby. Then I shall not disturb to others. They one kind of baby, they are always want some nourishment from mother. And mother hearing Harikatha and baby cry. Because mother not giving attention to baby. And baby thinking, oh, mother not giving attention to me, mother hearing Harikatha. Then baby disturbing mother. And baby crying. And what mother doing? Mother taking that baby, going out from the meeting. Mother thinking, if baby will cry, everybody will be disturbed and their inauspicious mood will come to my baby and baby will be spoiled. Then mother taking that baby, but not throwing that baby. And going. Affection and love, like that. Not disturbing to others, but not throwing his baby also. All depending on love and affection. If it is with you, you are fearlessly clean. Nothing can do wrong against your spiritual life. Very, very strong.
Jai, Srila Bhakti Gurudeva Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Wow, amazing video. This is the fifth, sixth time I've seen it, and still, every time, amazing. So if there's any questions or comments, please, if anybody has anything they'd like to say. We have one in the chat. Archan Marga. Archan Marga. Archan means deity worship. So the process of worshiping the deity. Marga is just a term to mean a process or a way or mood, you can say. So if anybody'd like to say anything or any questions, everybody understood. There's some technical terms in there, some Sanskrit words. Dandavat Kangalila. Oh, and there's Lavanyamoy. Dandavat. Dandavat Didi.
Well, it froze a little bit, the video at the end, and we had to reconnect. So Dargeshwar was saying, didn't quite get that last bit about very clean.
If your spiritual life is like that, then the spiritual life is very strong.
Oh, like the mother taking the baby out.
Catch the last part.
It's really amazing. The basis of our religion is love and affection. So the basis of Krishna consciousness is love and affection. And what Gurudeva is saying here, he's saying that if you have that in your heart, love and affection for Krishna, you are fearlessly clean. Mm-hmm. You're a pure devotee. If that is all that's in your heart is love and affection for the Lord, you are completely clean and you can do no wrong. No wrong will come against your spiritual life.
For most of us, that's not the case.
Exactly, which he also says in the video. We're not like that. And so that is why there are these Vedic rules and regulations to help us purify ourselves, cleanse ourselves of these impurities. There's a famous shloka of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakura, Pujala Ragapata Gaurava Bhange. And what this shloka is saying is that we will worship Ragamarg. We will worship the mood of loving, spontaneous devotion to the Lord, those who have the clean heart of love and affection. We will worship that mood, but we will continue with our sadhana, with our kirtan, with our daily practicing life, because we are not there yet. And can be a great danger. The sahajas, they are imagining that they have all love and affection for the Lord and that they can do anything and everything and imitating the pastimes of the Lord. And that is a very dangerous and offensive activity.
So, what type of encouragement is there for people who don't have it so they don't lose faith?
Well, all of us have a little bit of it. Otherwise, we would not be here. All of us have some love and affection for Krishna and for Gurudev, or else we would not be here. So that's one thing. But it's through the association of sadhu and the Vaishnavas that the love and affection increases. And so in this association also occurs with the books, with video, with audio. The more that we hear, the more that type of mood, that mood of love and affection, not just following the Vedic rules and regulations, but actually doing our daily sadhana, our daily practices, spiritual practices with love and affection. That is key. And so it's through the association that we get more and more encouragement, that we get more substance, more food for the heart. And also through our sadhana, we're also purifying. We're also purifying our consciousness, our heart, to remove the impurities that have been conditioned there at birth after birth after birth.
The thing is, the more you progress, the more you don't think you have it.
Yeah. It's paradoxical. It's a difficult thing to accept, because what we're trying to tap into is the infinite. And when those Vaishnavas, when they do tap into the infinite, they realize they have nothing. Like Srila Govinda Maharaj was saying, that famous shloka of Srila Mahaprabhu, the Shishashtakam, I have no love for Krishna. I'm just showing people, this is just a show, but I have no love for Krishna. The Supreme Lord is saying, I have no love for Krishna. So what does that mean for us? Where are we at this point? But also it's said in the scriptures that when we, how we know that we are making progress is the same as that we know when we're eating. When we eat something, 3 things happen. We are satisfied, belly is full, and I think there's happiness, maybe. Happiness is the third one, I can't remember. But the same with Krishna consciousness. When we get more and more into Krishna consciousness and we're developing some real connection with Guru, with the Vaishnavas, then we have that satisfaction coming. We have that fulfillment coming. And then we have that happiness coming. So these 3 things are coming as we progress in our spiritual life, hopefully.
Thinking as you said that the more you progress, the more you consider you have nothing. That's because it's in relation to what is being revealed to you, the the bigness, that's ridiculous. You know, how it's so vast, and Krishna conscious conception is so vast, and then so that means you are progressing because you're understanding that what you're progressing towards is so amazing, and even though it's maybe you can't capture it, but you're understanding that it is there, and it's so I don't know what the word is. Big.
It's also a very helpful move to have, because this idea that we have nothing, then what do we rely on? We have to rely on the Lord. We have nothing. So the only help that we can get is from the Lord. This is the negative aspect of the Jiva soul, to attract the positive. If we are a Jiva soul and we think, oh, I have so much, I don't need anything, I'm okay, Krishna won't give you anything. But if you say, I need Krishna, I am lacking Krishna, I am lacking his mercy, I need it more than anyone, then that mercy will be bestowed. You can think of it like an applicant going before the king, and someone says, oh, king, I kind of need something, but it's not that important, but you can give it to me if you want, that's okay, but sure, I could use it. And the king will probably dismiss that person. But if someone goes before the king and says, oh, king, I need this so badly, please, without your mercy, there's no way I can continue. This is my life. This is life and death. I must have this thing. Then the king is going to hear that person and say, oh, you do need my mercy. So this negative mood that I have nothing, and the only thing that I need is Krishna's mercy, then that mercy will come.
The realization to have that, yeah.
I mean, we see in some of the songs of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, they're a little harsh. They're very like strongly against the material world. While, for example, myself, I sometimes enjoy the material world. So he's saying it's such a horrible place. I wasted my time. It's like I think one of his songs is like, I was eating, or I was smelling a rose and a bee came and stung me, or I was chewing on something, but it was the thorns of the rose, and the blood that was coming from my mouth was tasting so nicely. This is the material world. And so what is their vision of the material world, and what is our vision of the material world? And what is their vision of the transcendental world? And what is our vision of the transcendental world? What is their connection?
Some of those songs, Prabhu, that Bhaktivinoda Thakur has composed are so self-deprecating. I can't aspire to that. I think I would go insane if I tried to imitate it at all.
Yeah, definitely don't try to imitate it. Yeah, no. I mean, like Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, I am lower than a worm in stool. I definitely don't feel like that. But that is his honest expression of his position, because he has that connection with the infinite. And because he has that desire to have more connection with that infinite. So even just like he had, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, Jai, and he is a pure devotee of the Lord, but he himself is still saying, I want more. I need more. And I am so fallen. I am so low that please hear my prayer, O Lord. But this feeling, we don't want to force, we don't want to imitate. Naturally, it will occur. Naturally, it will come to us as we make progress in our spiritual life. And not to imagine that we are in some other position that we're not in. But this video is very nice and specific because it talks about how the worship of the deities is done by men because they have the Brahma Gayatri. I don't know if everybody knows this. Second initiation, men receive Brahma Gayatri, they receive the Brahman thread, and ladies do not receive that. And so when deities are installed, they are installed with the Brahma Gayatri. And so Srila Govinda Maharaj is saying here, according to the Vedic rules and regulations, what is stated in the scripture, that when deities are installed with the Brahma Gayatri, then only those who have the Brahma Gayatri may worship them, may do the archan, the puja. But then he goes on to continue and saying that one of my favorite lines in this video is that we are not slaves to the Vedic rules and regulations. That is not the purpose of our worship of Lord Krishna. We are slaves to the devotees of Krishna. And that is so wonderful. That is so much better. Because they are the ones who are giving us the instruction based on time, place, and circumstance. And so you'll see, even in Christianity, Jesus himself said, and maybe somebody can say exactly, but he told he was not there to break the old rules and regulations of the Old Testament or the Torah or whatever they call it. He was there to fulfill it, to reveal the full truth of what those scriptures were saying. And we see that in Mahaprabhu too. He was a rule breaker. He was a form breaker, as Srila Guru Maharaj called himself, a form breaker. And what form is that? Is the Vedic rules and regulations. And what was he breaking it for? He was breaking it for love and affection. As the example of the mother is, the ideal mother, she is doing things only based on love and affection. She's not going to read a book telling her what to do and follow that book religiously. She will do what's based on her love and affection for her son or daughter. And we can see the example of Mahaprabhu that when Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, a great pundit, had thousands and thousands of followers, Mayavadi impersonalists, but then he came to know Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the Supreme Lord. But he was very strict and very strong follower of the Vedic rules and regulations. And he knew all the scriptures. But then one day Mahaprabhu came with prasadam early in the morning to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's house and said, "Here, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, you must taste this prasadam. It's so wonderful." And normally, according to Vedic rules and regulations, in the morning, you take bath, you cleanse your mouth, you chant some mantras, and then you can take prasadam. Then you can take the Lord's offerings. But here, Mahaprabhu is here before all that, before Sarvabhauma can do anything like that, and saying, "You must taste this prasadam." And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya takes that prasadam. And Mahaprabhu rejoices and said, "Now I have conquered all three worlds, because Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya has taken the Lord's prasadam." They are breaking the rules. And why breaking the rules? Because that which is transcendental, that which is associated with the Lord, with Lord Krishna, is beyond rules and regulation. And it's also coming from the hand of a pure devotee, you could say, Mahaprabhu, or the Lord himself. So it's coming from that hand. And so that also is beyond the rules and regulations.
So Prabhu, why was the rules and regulations introduced into the Western world then?
So Srila Govinda Maharaj talks about that, where he mentions that there's this idea of like substance and form. So what is the substance of the thing and what's the form of the thing? So we always want to give honor and respect to the Vedic rules and regulations. We are not on the stage of Raga Marg, of loving spontaneous devotion. all heart and affection. We are not at that level. So we are giving honor to the Vedic rules and regulations, just as Srila Swami Maharaj did, just as Srila Sridhar Maharaj did, Srila Govinda Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. They are giving honor to the Vedic rules and regulations. But the general public, if they are coming to see the Krishna temple, they are coming to see something, to see some type of procedure, let's say, the regular rules and regulations that are enjoined by the Vedic system. So they want to see something visually, and we are just following what has been given by our gurus to honor that. But internally, what we really want to be doing is trying to satisfy the Lord. So there's another concept that Srila Govinda Maharaj introduced here, was that our goal is satisfaction of the Lord. So when we do this, like archan or anything, cooking or anything like that, there are some rules and regulations that are there, and we want to follow that as much as possible, but we want to do it with love and affection. That is our ultimate goal, not just simply blindly following the rules. So like in India, for example, they have this concept for time immemorial, maybe, that men should be pujaris. That if you go to to an Indian temple, the man will be the pujari. He has the Brahma Gayatri, he will be pujari. So they have this concept. And for the general people, they are thinking like that. And so so we continue that tradition. In the West, we could see we've bent the rules a little bit. So, there are women who do pujari, who are pujari. And so we're just continuing with the tradition that has been given to us from our Guru Maharaj, from our Gurudev, is that we are slaves to the Vedic rules and regulations. We are slaves to the devotee of Krishna. So if it's authorized by a slave or by a devotee of Krishna, then we are doing that. We can see that in Upadeshamrita, one of the defects of devotion that Srila Rupa Goswami gives is following too closely the Vedic rules and regulations, or not following closely enough the rules and regulations. And in another way, it is translated misapplication of the rules and regulations. So when we are trying to apply the rules and regulations of the Vedic system, we want to do that according to time, place, and circumstance, and according to the higher will, what's coming from our gurus. If our guru is dedicated 100% to serving the Lord, then nothing can come bad from that, if we are following that. But we just have to be certain that our guru is 100%, and we have 100% gurus all throughout our mission. Srila Madhusudana Maharaj, Srila Janardana Maharaj, Srila Asha Maharaj, Srila Avadut Maharaj, Srila Goswami Maharaj. They are pure 100% devotees, and they are giving us instructions. And we are slaves to them. There was another point that he made that was very nice. I mean, the Vedic rules and regulations are also helpful. I mean, because we do need to purify ourselves. We do need to remove the anarthas, the unwanted desires that are within us. We need to remove them. And so Srila Govinda Maharaj says here too, is that these rules are put in place to see how much you can sacrifice for the Lord,
Yeah.
right? So like Ekadasi. Okay, there's a Vedic rule and regulation. Mahaprabhu said to his mother that, Sachimati, that please you follow Ekadasi. And so we are doing that. We are following Ekadasi. But we have to be reminiscent of why we are following Ekadasi or any rules and regulation. Why are we, before we cook for the Lord, why do we bathe? Why do we go to Mangalarti in the morning? We do it because we want to satisfy our guru and we want to satisfy the Lord. That is the main concept here. That is the main reasoning we should be doing any activity, any Vedic rule or regulation we are following should be based on that. And satisfaction for guru, for Krishna, that should be based on love and affection. We see in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, you can offer me a leaf, a flower, water, the simplest things, and I will accept it. But there's one catch, with bhakti. You offer that with love and affection. You offer the simplest things with love and affection, Krishna will accept that. And we see here that Mahaprabhu gave that concept to Raghunath Das Goswami. When he gave the Govardhan Shila, the Raghunath Das Goswami, and say, you worship, this is a non-different form with Krishna, the most merciful form of Krishna. And you worship this form of Krishna with water and tulsi leaves. That's it. And what's behind that? You worship that with love and affection. You worship that form of the Lord with love and affection. Because Raghunath Das Goswami is seeing the Govardhan Shila as non-different from Krishna. And fortunately, we have many good guides in our mission who can give us good advice, who can give us the highest advice. We see in the Mahabharata many times there's some spiritual conflict, let's say. Some decision has to be made or something has happened, and what is the right path to follow? And so then there will be a debate, and someone will bring up this is stated in the scriptures, so we should do this. And another will come say, oh yes, that is stated in the scriptures, but this is also stated in the scriptures, and this is higher. And then someone else will come and say, oh yes, but this is also stated in the scriptures, and that is higher than what you've said so far. And then ultimately it comes down to some great authority, some great sadhu, saint, someone who has true spiritual knowledge saying, yes, all these things are true, but for this moment, this time, this place, and this circumstance, this is the highest truth. So this time, this place, it's not Satya Yuga, it's not Dwapara Yuga, it's not Treta Yuga, it's Kali Yuga, the most degraded age. So all this archan, all this deity worship, it's not as effective as it was back in Satya, Dwapara, Treta. Can anybody tell me which yuga is archan? There's one, archan is very prominent in one yuga. I can't remember, it was Dwapara or Treta.
Dwapara Yuga, Govinda Chandra is saying. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. So yeah, that is very prominent. That is the way to worship the Lord. But as Srila Gurudeva Maharaj says, in this age of Kali Yuga, the way to satisfy the Lord is not through archan, it's not through elaborate sacrifice or austerity. It's through chanting the holy name of the Lord. And that will please Krishna. That will satisfy, in Kali Yuga, that will satisfy Krishna the most. So we have this easy process. We are the most fallen, And so we get the easiest way to satisfy the Lord. Just chant. That's the easiest way. That we're so low, so bad, that Krishna is so merciful and saying, okay, you really can't do anything, but you can chant, you can sing. Do that. Chant my holy names and you will get everything. So we are very fortunate actually to be born in Kali Yuga and to have this connection with Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu. Very fortunate. Well, we pretty much have come almost to the end here of our time together. Any more questions or comments? Anybody like to say something? Anything they gleaned from the video? How are the translators
May I
doing?
ask a short question? But
Yes.
if it's long, then just skip it. Srila Gurudev on the video is talking about worshiping like Giriraj and Mahaprabhu by ladies, because it's like the most merciful form. And we know now that ladies also are worshiping like deities of Radha and Govinda, including Vila Govinda. I just was interested, how do you discuss, did you discuss something before starting this worshiping, or wasn't it scary, for the ladies? I mean, it's just I'm interested in some practical things. How do you come to it?
Well, personally, I didn't do any of that. That comes from above me. So, Krishnakanta, Munindra, maybe they received some special certification. Maybe Madhusudana Maharaj arranged it to like that. So yeah. And also, I mean, there's a necessity as well. I mean, when there is necessity to do some service, it's if there was no man available to do that service, will we just not worship the deities? You have to worship the deities. So as always, it's time, place, and circumstance. This is the way the scriptures should be interpreted, and they should be interpreted by a spiritual agent, someone coming from that plane who's able to give proper instruction. I mean, reality in the West, no one is qualified to do Archan. No one. We don't have the quality or the qualifications. We are not Brahmin. We don't live like a Brahminical life, really. I mean, I feel bad every time I step on the altar. I feel bad for them. But why do we do it? For the satisfaction of the devotees. This will satisfy the devotees. The devotees are asking me, the Vaishnavas are asking me, can you do this service? If I can do this service, if I can say yes and they are happy, everything is good. But really, in an ideal world, I would never step on the altar. I would never be there. I should not be there. But by the mercy of the devotees and the Lord, they are asking, please, can you do this? And I'm trying to satisfy them. This is a very key point in the video. Satisfaction of the Lord and the devotees of the Lord. We are not slaves of Vedic rules and regulations. We are slaves of the devotee of the Lord. Jai.
Very fortunate that our gurus are giving us this opportunity, isn't it? And in Green Street one time, I think it was Paramahamsa Maharaj was meant to be cooking, and he didn't turn up when Srila Gurudeva was visiting, and Gurudev said, I can't remember so clearly, but he said, why are the deities not doing it? He said, they're been given this opportunity now, you know, it's like make the most of it, you know, while this mercy's coming like that, isn't it?
You mean someone else had to cook?
Well, he was just good of saying why the Didis didn't do it, you know, why aren't they doing it? Because not normally the women would even cook in the temple apart from the puja, but traditionally.
Right.
So he was saying they've got this opportunity now, you know, they should go for it, really, isn't it? He's giving all of us really can go for it, isn't it? Because we've got a freedom that we wouldn't, like you say, in other ages we wouldn't. I mean, we're all, you know, have this opportunity, so we can make the most of it by their mercy.
This is how merciful Mahaprabhu is, because he's giving access to the highest thing to everybody, not just a particular sect of Indian caste system, but to everybody. The Malechas, Chandalas, Yavanas, all those low class people, he is giving it to. And that's actually how Srila Swami Maharaj conquered the United States and conquered the world, is with the low class people. They came and joined this Hare Krishna movement and spread it all over the world. Jai, huh? Okay, devotees, unless there's something else, anybody like to say anything else? This video is not public yet. You could see there were some things probably wrong with it. And so hopefully soon we'll have it edited properly and then we can release it. And then you can all watch it. Of course, you know all the Srila Sridhar Maharaj video series and the Srila Guru Maharaj or Srila Govinda Maharaj video series. Please try to watch that. And there's also another website, absolutesweetness.com, that has a lot of audio of Srila Govinda Maharaj. There's a very nice that you can download. So that's another one to check out, absolutesweetness.com. Okay, my Dandavat pranams to everyone. Thank you all for joining here today. And as a special thanks, as always, to the translators, the one on my right, Hari Gopal, and the one on my left, Anukrishna Devi Dasi. I'm sure they did a wonderful job. I don't know. And also, much thanks to Udaran Prabhu, who's faithfully hosting this Zoom meeting every week. We're very happy that we get this chance, this darshan with the devotees. This is our life. And so it's very wonderful to see everybody here. And hopefully you will all please give your mercy to me and help me. When you all go to Goloka Vrindavan, please remember me that I'm still down here in the material world. Okay?
Jai Shripad Chinmoydev Prabhu ki Jai.
Dandavat pranams.